Hello, you guys. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to start coming into the chat. I'm gonna give everybody the opportunity to start getting the notifications, whoever is still up. I decided to hop on for like an hour tonight. I was intending to jump back on because I got on earlier and dropped some nuggets to you all. If you go back and look at my live from earlier today, and I'm sure a lot of people looked at it because I saw some people regurgitating some nuggets I put out earlier today. So, hey, 901 King Deshaun. Hey, Miss Diane. Hey, Taisha. I like your name, Taisha Nichelle. That's cute. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Dima. I just jumped on a whim. I say that right. Said that right on a whim. Um, Rest in peace, Young Dolph. I didn't expect you to come on. Glad you is. Though love T for all the hard work and truth you put. Thank you, rest in peace, Young Dolph. I'm sure it's a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of other people that regurgitate my information that I put out into the atmosphere, my nuggets. I think they glad that I be coming on too. um, let's get the truth and nothing but the truth over here. Absolutely. Thank you, Big Perm. Big Perm. I remember Big Perm from oh Lord. They done started trying to spam the chat already. We just came on like a minute ago. Like like I've been on 2 minutes and they started trying to spam the chat. They mad already. Lord, I rebuke them in the name of Jesus. Lord, give them a stroke. Whoever it is that's taking money to be a troll, either change their mindset to go get them a real damn job or give them a stroke. Dolph album Paper Route Frank coming next month. Yay! I like that. Paper Route Frank, the Paper Route boss. Young Dolph, the Paper Route boss. Um, I missed you live earlier. We'll watch it work. Thank you. Thank you, Big Perm. Um, I wanted to talk about Young Dolph. Um, his discovery, the discovery in his case. Earlier I was the one that put out, this morning when I came on, that there's 2,000 pages and counting. Now, those indictments are sealed. Okay. Um, I don't think anybody at the DA's office is willing to lose their job. But if you know some people personally, they'll give you some information. Like if you've worked with them before or something like that, like I have, they'll give you some info. They know that they can trust you. Strangers, I don't think so. Those indictments, ain't nobody got that. Physically, that's you talking about leaking out something like that could get you fired and charged. Because now what you're doing is you're interrupting an investigation. Okay. So when people ask me if I have that paperwork, absolutely not. I don't have the paperwork. I wouldn't expect for them to give me the paperwork. Okay. I wouldn't want them to put their jobs on the line. And I'm sure I'm not important enough to them to anybody to go messing with their livelihood and their freedom. Okay. Because I wouldn't do it. Especially with a case that is this sealed, this tight. But as far as giving you, dropping you nuggets that you might ask them, if they know you personally, yeah, that's different. Okay. That's why I could tell you it's 2,000 pages and counting of because I said that this morning when I came on. 2,000 pages and counting um of discovery. Okay. In this Young Dolph's case. And I decided to get on tonight. I said I was going to stay on for like an hour, but I I was told your God his name. Well, you know, I, I okay. Mm, well, you have to think about now. If it's 200, if it's 2,000 pages and counting, okay, we don't know whose name is going to end. It's still an ongoing investigation. So we don't really know whose name is going to end up in the indictments, who's going to be indicted. You know, at, we don't really know. All we know is that, as I said this morning, there are about 23 people named in the indictments. Those people that got those indictments, I wonder if they can name them 23 folks. Because if they can't name them, they probably ain't got the indictments. Because it's about 23 that's named in the indictments. I wonder why they haven't that has been named. I wonder why a lot of people had not that's got their hands physically on those sealed indictments. Why they haven't? I wish they would name some of them. Okay. Um, let's see. Yes, it is. It's a lot of evidence. If you think Black Youngster and Gotti don't got affiliates, out of the 23 people, some wrong, straight drop and quit already affiliated with them. It's going to be hard to get out of 2,000 pages of evidence. Absolutely. And as I said, I dropped that nugget this morning when I came on, when I did my 3 hour show this morning. Um, but it's going to be interesting, you know. It is. Hey, Miss Yvette, I'm gonna drop the link. I want to drop the link. And we know that like yesterday was Young Dolph's day, which was a good thing. A lot of people got the opportunity to a lot of people got the opportunity to do a good deed. It was Young Dolph Service Day. I don't know. I don't know. I think with an investigation this big, I don't see how with an investigation this big it's not a, going to be a RICO case. I just don't see it not being that. It I don't see it, but I don't know. Um I- yeah. Um it's still Dolph's Day here in Cali. Yeah, long live Dolph the paper route boss, you know. But with 2,000 pages of discovery and counting, as I had said even before, when you know, it was circulating that um, when people were saying that they didn't think that Cornelius was involved, and I know people have their own opinions because there's still a lot of people that get on my live now and they still have their doubts and stuff about Cornelius. The only thing that I've ever said about Cornelius and Straight Drop when people have had their doubts, even before they said anything about 800 pages. Remember, because at first it was 800 pages. I kept saying, I don't know, but I don't know how they're going to Based on what I was told, I don't know how they're gonna get out of it. 800 pages. I was told they had a lot of evidence even then, you know. And even now with with their consistently it's an ongoing investigation. So in the end, we don't really know who all is going to be indicted. I'm sure with 23 people being named in in those indictments, would it still be an ongoing investigation? Hell, it could be 53 when it's all said and done, because it's still an ongoing investigation. Okay. Um, and some people ask me if I thought that Yo Gotti and Juke and Black Youngster then was in those indictments. I don't know. Those indictments, I don't know if they're in those indictments. I don't. Okay. I don't know if they're if even if they're not at this point, I don't know if they are going to be, because you never know what people are going to say once they get those people and they start talking. People have been talking. I know the investigators and stuff are not oblivious to what has gone on in this Young Dolph's case and who all played a role. And so even if somebody has played a role in a murder, it's one thing to know, as I keep saying, it's another thing to have proof of that, right? So, yeah. How about a cameraman got Dolph dad crying today, then inform him of nothing? Wow, that's something. Straight Drop Cornelius and Govan need a team of lawyers for 2,000 pages. Well, it's what's so weird is, well, it's not weird. I figured that he would have him a high-priced attorney. William Massey is an experienced high-priced attorney, but with all due respect, even with William Massey's experience and with him being a very astute attorney, you just cannot negate what they have. I don't, an attorney's job is to say that, number one, that their um, client is innocent. Number two, that they're going to get their client out. That's what they all say. So it means nothing when an attorney say, well, my client, especially a defense attorney, my client is innocent. Well, hell, he's supposed to say that. Okay. And then he's supposed to say, my client he's going to get off on these charges. Okay. Well, it's your job to try to do it anyways, but my stance remains the same based on the evidence that they have. I don't know how they're going to get out of it. Like I never change, because I believe, I really do believe in the police and the prosecution and the feds. I don't know how they're gonna get out of it. Even some of these people that have not been indicted at this point, my words would be, for those that have not been indicted, I don't know how, um what's the words I'm looking for? I don't know how they're gonna get around not being indicted. Some of these folks know they're gonna be indicted. They know it. At this point, they do. They know that it is coming. Okay? They know it's coming. So, absolutely, Big Perm. They know that it's coming. So, that's why when people say, well, such and such ain't gonna be indicted. You don't know. These folks don't know nothing. Okay, they don't know. Okay. Um, But I would like to know, since some of these folks saying they got these indictments in their possessions, these sealed tight indictments that could get somebody charged for giving them out and fired. I want to know I want to know all 23 names. I mean, give me five. Tell us five of those names. Okay. Tell us five. You ain't got to give all 23. Tell us five. That's interesting. Um, anyways, I'm dropping the link. Anybody that wants to come up to talk about the indictments, to talk about this Young Dolph situation, to talk about those 2,000 pages and counting, y'all can come up. Okay. They say God in Black Youngster not on there. Whoever said that they have the 2,000, that they have the indictments, maybe they're not, maybe they're not on there. But I don't, with all due respect, I don't mean no harm. Okay. But hey, Demon.
Hey Tam. Hey everybody in the chat family. I came up to say thank you for keeping us on the straight and narrow, Tam. I mean, because one thing that you have never done is try to spin the narrative. And, my own personal opinion is that um, some of these people get paid to come on here talking about one thing I know for sure. Black youngster and Gotti is not on the indictment. How would you know that? Don't nobody know the names, but for you to say that they're not on there, you didn't give us anything back. Who are the names that's on there? Since you are claiming to see it and you're stamping the fact that they're not on the indictment or named in it, then I'm like you. Give us some names that are on there that we would be familiar with or unfamiliar with. Give us the names. And I see a
Right.
certain other uh, custom kind of person is back on Dolph case. And I'm gonna tell you something. Me personally, girl, when I said my head started spinning around because, um, prior to Quet getting locked up, he was all F Dolph, F Dolph. Don't ask me a MF and thing about Dolph. But then again, you back doing videos on Dolph. And then I saw yesterday where people were putting dolphins in the chat because that's what people do. People put the dolphins in to keep Dolph spirit alive. And he's telling people don't put no MF and dolphins in my chat. So my thing is, you want to talk about him and spin all these damn narratives and push this information that you're probably getting paid to push out because you do anything for a damn dollar. But can't nobody put the dolphins out in the chat? Are you serious? So that's how I know that it's something fluky starting to happen. And it's like you said before, people are running scared, and when people run scared, they start doing, hold on, Tam, I'm sorry. When people start running scared, they start doing a lot of fluky, kooky stuff. So I'm expecting to see the narrative start spinning around another
Mm-hmm.
20 times on the merry-go-round.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, definitely, yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that's all I had to say. I just kind of feel like um, one person say things and it's like you have 20 others coming behind them and start spinning the narrative again. And I think we've had enough of narrative spinning for a year. Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
So
but I somebody said the cousin pastor has been right on point. I never heard the cousin pastor say he had the indictment. I heard him say that he was going to try and get his hands on it.
I don't
Now
think anybody can get it.
I've heard other vloggers claim that they've had the indictment, but I never heard the cousin pastor say he had it. I heard him say he was going to try to get it.
Mm. Well, I don't know how anybody would be able to get their hands on it at this point. And if they do share that information or leak it, I'm sure there'd be some consequences.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Mm.
Hold on 1 second, Demar. Hold on 1 second. Hey, Miss D.
What's going on, girl?
Nothing
Oh
much.
my
Hey,
gosh.
Mima.
Girl, I miss you, Mama. I've been asking about you.
I miss you too, boo. What you doing with your pretty self?
Girl, sitting up here being nosy, trying to make sure that we do our part by keeping Dolph's legacy alive and speak the damn truth. That's it and that's all. You know, I
Right.
don't want to hear no foo-foo crap. I don't want to hear all that nonsense.
Girl, you know how the internet, they undefeated. They undefeated. What's the tea tonight?
Nothing talking about this alleged indictment that don't nobody know what the hell is on it, who is named in it, and everything else above. Don't nobody know nothing, you know,
I
except to
know.
say that it's an indictment. Come on, Tam been shouting that for the last few months that the indictments were coming down. I don't think nobody believed her.
Right. And I know damn well they ain't trying to say nobody done got a hold of no indictment. These folks, this internet undefeated. This case too big for the people to be, a lot of stuff get leaked out, but that ain't got leaked out. Not no indictment. It'll mess up
No.
the investigation. It's people will be going out of town, out of state. That's most definitely not true.
And I can say for certainty, Miss D, and you know this for yourself. You witnessed it firsthand when they first took Dolph out, girl. How many narratives that were spread and rumors that were spread that came out over the internet? Because we already understand that there was a team of people that were paid to get on here and create these narratives and try to sway the case in the court of public opinion. So they back at it. You know what I mean? And when I hear somebody stamp that BY and old watermelon head is not named on it, you know, that's when my antennas go up and I start saying to myself, okay, here we go with the BS again. Because see, it's not a good look and it's not good for business if it
Right,
even got out that he is affiliated or tied into this thing. You know how many people distance themselves from him?
right,
Yeah, that wouldn't be a good look. So, we got to keep the narrative going that I ain't got nothing to do with it. And I am most definitely stamping that I'm not named on it. But don't nobody know.
don't nobody know. No, that case way too big. For them to leak anything out and indict. Ain't nobody got their hand on that. Hell, I don't even believe the news people got their hand on it yet. I mean, because
Mm-mm.
like I said, they'll start fleeing. They'll do what straight drop did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stuff, Demon and Miss T, you have to make these people on the internet crazy. They don't make it make sense. Like they just go from one panel to the next panel, believing everything that they hear. You can't
Hmm.
do that. Sometimes you got to use your own brain. You got to make it make sense. You got to make it make sense. Like I used to say, I run it through the paper shredder. You gotta run it through the paper shredder. You just can't be believing everything. The internet undefeated though. It's undefeated.
But Miss D, it's a whole lot of people out here that don't run it through the paper shredder. They just so gullible and they just take in everything and hang on to every word that somebody says. and
Mm-hmm.
know it's a lie, but they still, for some reason, in their mind, want to believe it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, they don't care. They take everything and just run with it. Like, I didn't know the internet was like this because I didn't get on YouTube until Dolph died. And Miss T caught my attention, like, because she wasn't even doing live. She was just doing videos and stuff. And she was the only one that, when I ran it through the paper shredder, it made sense. Cause the
Mhm.
other bloggers, one day they'll be accusing these set of people, then the next day it's a whole nother group of people, and I'm like, these folks all over the place. How can people actually sit up and listen to them? I had to start getting a headache the first 2 days I was on. These folks crazy.
Girl, yeah, and it would be the titles for me, Miss D. It'd be the
Oh,
titles for
girl.
me, girl.
I got time tonight. I'm on my drink tonight.
Well,
It
it's
be the
really
title
interesting when you talk about 2,000 pages and
and
counting. When it's 2,000 pages and counting, and the in counting and counting means that it's still an ongoing investigation and that they're still getting in evidence. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
It's still a developing case. So in the end, we don't know who all will be indicted in a case that is still developing.
That's right.
Mhm.
And we don't know what other cases will be tied into this indictment.
Exactly. Exactly. Because at this point, I'm thinking, allegedly, I never said that they didn't, but I feel like that's Desmond Rogers. I feel like something one of I feel like one of them dealt with him. You know what I'm saying? And I always felt like that from day one because I feel like they got mad with him because he told what a car was. Because if
Hmm.
they would have never found that car, I think a lot of stuff would have probably been brushed under the rug. But that car what started everything. So they
Now,
got rid of him for telling where that car was, and I don't care what nobody say.
did they catch Desmond on the block?
They ran up in his house, I think they said, and
Oh,
No,
they
killed
ran
him.
up in his house.
he was on the porch.
Oh,
They
okay.
they shot him on the while he was sitting on the porch.
Yeah,
Um,
they went in there and they killed Desmond.
and the truth of the matter is, like the way where that car was parked at, it, unless Desmond told them that he called the police. Anybody, though, it's a lot of older people that live in that neighborhood too. They had that car all over the news. It wasn't like people didn't see that car sitting back there. They just had it parked in the back, but you could see it.
Hmm.
Right. But this is my thing, Miss T and D. I never understood. Like, you got people that get on here and get so mad about people even talking about it. Well, why they're not mad with straight dropping them for going to the internet first? Hell, they told on their own self. I
Absolutely.
mean, I just don't understand. They get mad, with the bloggers and stuff for talking about it, but hell, they told on themselves first.
Girl, didn't they?
They
Didn't they?
told on themselves. They ain't mad with them for telling on themselves. Cause see, if I was their friend, I would have been like, y'all the dumbest niggas I ever seen. Y'all gotta be the world's dumbest criminals. Why in the hell is the first thing y'all gonna do is go to the internet with this? Why? They told on themselves first, and then when Miss T and them get on here and speak on the situation and want to talk about it, people want to threaten you. People want to do this, that, and the third, but the fools told on themselves first. Y'all
Yes, they
went to
did.
the internet first.
Because
Then you
JoJo
got
Snell and them jumped on live, I believe the same night. If I'm not mistaken, Straight Drop jumped on live the same night or the night after.
Yeah, girl was making music videos. Didn't one of his music videos have the Bass Pro
yep.
shop or
Hmm.
something in this video?
Mm-hmm. They told on themselves, Demo. And then I just don't I ain't never in my life seen I ain't never seen no case like this before. Ever. So everybody that's sitting down there done told on themselves, even if you go to Ernst Mount page, the one that they just locked up last, he was really, I mean, he was saying a lot of stuff too, without saying, especially that one post he put on there about his life is probably the reason his daughter was taken out. That's saying a million words right there. Like, then you got straight drop. Only one that I would have never even thought that was gonna be, would have never even imagined was Cornelius, because he once went to the internet. I would have never knew if they would have never locked him up. He had nothing to do with it, but straight drop. I already knew they were gonna get him because he had done pretty much told on. Ain't no pretty much. He had done told on himself anyway.
And kept that pre-chain on him, didn't
he? Yeah. And then he also did a music video with the pre-chain on his hip.
Yeah,
right
girl.
around his little wallet thing.
Yeah.
Which really Willie Briggs? Which one of them is your cousin? He said one of them is his cousin.
I mean, they got cousins and aunties, uncles and grandmas and sisters, and like I said, I got time tonight. They got aunties, sister, brother, cousin. I don't give a damn. I frankly don't care who, but they told on themselves. So if y'all was like really close to these people, y'all should have told them. Y'all the world dumbest criminals, cause y'all got online, went straight to the internet seeking attention, the wrong kind of attention. The wrong kind of attention. Y'all told on yourself.
Girl, can you imagine what's in them text messages and phone conversations?
Girl, exactly. Because if they went online and did that, D-Month, ain't no telling what they was texting and in them phone conversations talking about. I can imagine what they were talking about over the phone and through text messages.
And let's not forget the pillow talk.
Right, with the girls and stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
But shit, from the internet, what I done seen, these niggas got more hoe in them than us females do. So I'm just calling a spade for a spade. Checkmate, because I don't play checkers, I play chess. And these folks, from what I'm seeing over the internet, because I ain't never done this internet thing. But since Dolph died, like I said, Miss T was the one got my attention. Some of these other people, I sit back and watch them, and I be like, these niggas really be, these niggas worse than women. They ain't even got a pillow talk, D-Mon, with the girls. Go tell one of your homeboys, cause he gonna tell, cause these niggas out here worse than women's now. I just be like, what in the world?
But you know what, Miss D, I was saying earlier, like, I think anybody 40 and over, you basically at the prime of your life, you're in the prime of your life over 40, right? Because I said earlier, you got more years ahead of you behind you than you do ahead of you. So once you hit 40 plus, you're supposed to be living the prime of your life, living it up, being easy, breezy, and mellowed out. And I think about Quet, and this dude is 43 years old. Girl, and I say, I wonder how in the hell does it feel to be sitting on pins and needles, knowing that you might have to go spend the rest of your golden years behind bars. How does that work? How do you wait till you get 43 years old to now potentially get a life sentence?
But you know what, D-Mon, a lot of people ain't even gonna say nothing about this, because they see through all the other BS. They don't see through the stuff that's really going on in front of them. The man already got a lawyer, so he was prepared. He knew they was coming to get him. You see what I'm saying? He already knew that they was coming to get him because he already got a lawyer, but he gotta feel a certain type of way, because even if they gave him just 30 years, he gonna be old as hell when he get out of there.
That's what I'm saying. It's like at his age, he shouldn't have been involved in the first damn place.
Right.
Whatever street trapping or whatever street business he had going on, he should have just kept it at that. Because see, when somebody solicit you and come to you to get you to convene a team of hitman to go take care of a conspiracy to commit murder, and you agree to it, at his age, I'm just saying, he shouldn't have agreed to nothing like that. He should be like, no, man, let me just leave me to my own madness. Let me do my own street trapping or whatever I got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I said this before, these dudes don't have no spine. They have no backbone. They don't know when to say no and say, no, man, I don't want to get caught up in nothing like that. Because they agree to it because they think they're going to get away with it.
Right. You know what, D-Mon, you telling the truth. And at his age, like you said, ain't no way I would have went for that. Ain't no way. You know what, I would have looked at him and said, hell, won't you send your own children out there? See, they don't send their own folks out there, their own kids and their own kin folks to do this. They sending these folks that they don't care nothing about. Cause they feel like, hell, it ain't mine. So why do I care? Ain't no way in two holy hells that I would have at Ernst Mount Quay age went out there and conspired to hit on nobody. I'm too old. If I go to jail, nigga, I'ma die now. That's what I would have looked at him and said, man, you crazy. If I go to jail, man, I'ma die now.
And I'm sure he got other kids. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, I
Okay,
think
I'm gonna go.
six.
I'm gonna go on mute, guys, for a minute. Hold on.
Miss T, what you think?
You talking about Orange Mound Quet?
Yeah, you don't think that was crazy for him to get involved in that at his age?
Well, I think Orange Mound Quet had this is something that he had been doing. It's more than likely, which is
Right.
why he was the go-to person.
Because now I know I ain't tripping, and I know I ain't the only one heard this. If I'm wrong, y'all in the comments tell me, because y'all know about everything. They said he was wanted for questioning too, also for something else that happened in Texas.
Who,
And
Orange Mound Quet?
yeah, and people keep saying that it's Snooty Wild. One of the news media said it.
One of the news media said it was Snooty Wiles.
They didn't call no name, but they said he was wanted for something that happened in Texas, for questioning in something else that happened in Texas. At one German Pierre news station, I think it was, what y'all got, 13? I know y'all got 13. Don't y'all have 26 or something like that?
No, it's 13, 13, 5, and 3.
I don't know which one it was, but I know it wasn't the one German Pierre. I don't know. Ain't he on 13?
Jeremy Pierre is on, I believe he's on 13. He's either on
Well,
13. What channel is some of these people that don't live in Memphis? What channel is Jeremy Pierre on? I think he's on 13.
it was one of the news opposite from him that said whichever one he on, it was one of the other news people from another channel that said he was wanted for questioning in this Snooty Wild thing. They ain't say Snooty Wild, but questioning for something that happened in Texas. So not only is he in jail for this Dolph thing, he got a whole nother situation that he got to answer to.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I say, with this 2,000-page and counting indictment, hell, it could be other stuff in that indictment for other charges related to other crimes. You know what I mean? It doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily have to be for the Dolph case. And 2,000 pages sounds like a RICO to me. I'm just saying.
It
Maybe
is.
not.
He got more. They got more pages than YSL had, and they won't even get them boys a bun. Then
Mr.
them, they won't even, girl, I don't know if you've been noticing that either, but they won't even give them a bun. And then the one gunner, he didn't do nothing but I think just wore the chain or represented them in some type of way, and they won't even give him a bun.
Girl, poor Gunner, all he wanted to do was wear fly clothes and chains and pop his stuff. And he got caught up. But see,
Look,
affiliation, and people think that that
exactly.
is a joke. When they say you affiliated with these people, they mean that, and they coming for you.
And then Ernst Mount Quick got conspiracy. That's worse than actually doing the crime itself.
Yeah, because we know that the person that orchestrates is the one, usually, they the ones that get the most time.
Right, just like everybody thought that Young Thug was just the dude that wear the funny clothes and the dresses. He was out here calling hits for real. And that's what
Hmm.
Mount Quet doing. He was out here calling hits. And this ain't his first one.
Girl,
It's not his first.
I just can't see being his age, honey, getting ready to go up for, like you say, even if it's 30 years, you know what I mean? Don't nobody want to do 30 years in a jail cell at 43 years old.
Exactly. And
And I
who wanna do time period? And then D-Mon, what do you think about do you in your whole heart believe what part do you think Straight Drop played?
I think
Cause
Straight Drop was out there.
let me tell you why I asked you this, D-Mon. Because he got this song that came out. He said he ain't wrote no statements. He said something about if he'll be out within the blink of he will convince you in this song now. He'll
He ain't
convince
going no damn where. He just a figment of his imagination. See, that's that grandiose, narcissistic rapping he doing, honey, because he ain't going no damn where. You know, this it's just talk. It's
well, do
talk.
you think he was one of the shooters?
Yes, I absolutely do think.
Which one you think he was? I know you're gonna keep it real. I ain't gotta tell you not to keep it real. So which one you think? She on mute.
Yeah.
Yeah, he not going nowhere. But you know, like I said, um, I think that he was out there. Yeah, I think that's him in that baseball hat.
And the Bass
Yeah.
Pro hat.
In that Bass Pro
Uh-huh.
hat, I think that's Straight Drop in that Bass Pro hat.
Yeah.
And see, that's just the thing. They told on themselves.
Exactly.
They
But see,
told on themselves.
I mean, but see, the reason I feel like he was the one, and then though, when you really look at them pictures up close, that dude with that Bass Pro hat on, it just sometimes to me, it just don't resemble Straight Drop.
It looks like Straight Drop to me. I'm gonna pull up the pictures. I'm gonna tell you, he looks. It looks like Straight Drop to me. Hold
It
on, let
looked
me
like him
see.
to me too. I'm going by the build, you know, because I think out of the three of them, he's got the better build, and you can tell that the guy in the baseball hat, to me, physically, he looked, you know, kind of, you know, tight. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like tight as in not overweight or not too skinny or not too fat.
So, Demon, what you think Cornelius was the getaway driver? Or he was out there too.
Girl, I think it's hard to say because it's two pictures out there. One is kind of blurred that makes the one guy looks a little heavy. And then if you see the same picture again, it makes him look skinny with an old crooked cock leg. So, you know, I go back to what, remember that girl, Miss D, that said it was two carloads of dudes that pulled up. So I go back to the beginning when she
Yep,
said
I
that
remember.
on, yeah, she said that on camera. It was two carloads full of dudes that pulled up. So all we seeing and been talking about is that white car. It still was a black car full of guys, according to her.
You there go them pictures.
That looks like Straight Drop to me.
So yeah, that looked like Straight Drop to me because, like I say, he, you know, he ain't fat, he ain't skinny, he's kind of medium build, and that looks like him to me. Now that one
But
with the little cockadoodle leg, you know, look like it could be Cornelius, but hell, it could be anybody
Cornelius or JoJo Splat, but
or
I
JoJo
believe.
Splat. Yeah.
But
Mhm.
yeah, but JoJo Splat, the reason JoJo Splat was ruled out is because JoJo Splat is almost 6 feet tall. Cornelius is a
Oh,
little short, some. I said, well,
yeah.
that's Cornelius.
Everybody
Mm.
always said JoJo Splat Miss T, but I always felt like he kind of. If you go back and look at CEO Bobby standing behind that Mercedes, CEO Bobby standing just like that dude right there with that funny leg, with that not with the Bass Pro hat, but the other one. He stands just like him to me. And then that's what I keep telling y'all. Y'all keep forgetting he got locked up before anybody. CEO Bobby. I
He
feel like he
sure
the
did.
one. He did. You remember D-Mon?
Yeah, and them three little shooters from the memorial got locked up.
Sure did. Sure
Hmm.
did. I feel like now I'm gonna tell you, I really do feel like the CEO Bobby went in there and started talking first. That's probably I feel like that's why they got Cornelius, because he probably told on Cornelius and you know the little small fry first. And then he probably told on Straight Drop too, but I feel like it all started when they lost CEO Bobby up. People keep forgetting about him. I don't know how. And he got caught stealing cars and had stolen cars all in the garage of his house.
See, we
Mhm.
have to kind of do the math on the Trula players that they already have locked up. So, you know, to me, they got half the team already in custody, even though they're not named on Dolph's case. But, you know, at the end of the day, they still locked up for something, be it car theft or whatever. So
Yeah.
CEO Bobby Bang Wang, JoJo Splat, the three from the Memorial, Devin Burns, and you got all these different players. And that girl clearly said it was 2 car loads. She said one was and y'all call it junts. She said one was a white junt and the other one was a black junt. But nobody's talking about the black car of full of dudes. Who was in the black car? You see what I'm saying? So it was a lot of people out there.
Right. It's just so sad because it took that many people. I always say this. It's going to be 20, 30 years from now, Lord. If the good Lord let me live to see it. It took that many people to kill one man. He was a bad
Mhm.
man. That was a bad man.
Yeah, yeah. But
Rest in peace.
like Tam said, somebody gave the order for him to not come out that cookie shop. So, my thing is whoever's somewhere on the phone giving out orders or however it went, round table meetings or whatever, to me, you just as culpable. You might not have pulled the trigger, but if you help orchestrate and plan and plot this and
You,
paid for it, yeah, you need
it's
to go
worse
down
than
with the
pulling
rest
the
of them.
trigger. It's actually worse than pulling the trigger.
Yeah. And can you imagine, Quit? Desto wasn't his only kid. Can you imagine his other kids that's not going to see him? So, if
That
anything, if you're not going to fight for yourself, you should be fighting for your kids, because I'm curious to know who is going to get full immunity with this case. That's what I would love to know, because whoever gets full immunity is probably the one that has really helped them put the puzzle pieces together. Because, see, just because you tell them something, they have to be able to verify your information and know that it is set in stone and that it's true. That's the only way you can get immunity. But if somebody comes out of this with just immunity and no jail time, that means that they helped them put this whole case together. Probably.
And if you want to buy this joint, man, make sure you come up to Los Angeles Dodge Jeep Chrysler Ram. I almost messed up my words. I'm gonna keep it pure with y'all, man. But yeah, only thing he needs is a tint because he has the red seatbelts. You can see it right there. But I would prefer all red interior. You know what I mean? He would have really, if he would have put that red interior in there, oh man, game over. I might have got rid of mine to get that. But I probably wouldn't have. I'm actually lying. I'm just getting a little too enthusiastic.
So they got the car for sale.
No, I think they're trying to sell a car that's identical
To dog.
to Young
Now,
Dolph.
Tim, scroll back down for a minute. Okay, right there. You see the white trimming? Because people were talking about this white trimming on that hoodie, and then scroll back down.
Scroll. Okay.
So it's supposed to be one that's dressed like him that didn't have any white trimming on the pocket or the bottom part, that white trimming.
Right.
Right.
So that's why people were trying to say that it was 3 shooters. Because there's another photo out there of somebody that's got the same outfit on without the white trimming. Now, I don't know if that was edited by, YouTube people, you know what I mean? At the time, they were spinning narratives to trying to say it was 3 shooters. So, it's hard to say.
Yeah, I feel like what we see is what we get. It is what it is. And then the fact, what I do hate though, by now I feel like they should at least done gave us the video, at least some of it. At least them getting
No,
out the
girl,
car.
this case too big. They ain't putting nothing out there. It's too big.
But look, Miss D Mont and Miss T, why is it taking them so long to pick up everybody else then? That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I
not.
said.
But
Hmm.
look, it took them how many years they investigated Young Thug? Now about 10 years, ain't it? It took
Yeah.
them about 10 to 8 years to pick up Young Thug now, so who knows?
But each state and each county and each DA's office, and team of investigators, they work different. You know what I
Different.
mean? Yeah, they work different. But for me, with Young Thug's case, it's kind of like, yeah, like I can be watching you, Miss D, and how you do your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in all them 9 years, you ain't did nothing wrong. I'm just suspecting you of something. But for that last year, you just happened to slip up. So now I'm gonna come and say, Miss D, I'm gonna hit you with some charges because you I've been watching you for 10 years, but you messed up on a
D-Mon, let me tell
last
you,
year.
true. They killed this dude named Peanut, man. Peanut had a lot of love out here. They call him Nut. Rest in peace, Nut. That man had a lot of love out here, just like Dolph do. People love Nut. Young Thug, called they say he allegedly put the hit on Nut. See, he messed up when he put that hit when they killed Nut. I feel like they've been watching them, but they was just trying to wait to see. They give you time. What my mama always told me. Sometimes you feel like you digging a ditch for somebody else, and you fall over in your own damn ditch. You digging a ditch for yourself. They killed
Yes.
this dude named Nut, and I think it all went downhill from then. Cause I feel like he felt like he had done got away with that. This man had just as much love as Dolph did. He wasn't big as Dolph, but he had a lot of love in the street. And when Young Thug them killed Nut, they've been watching them boys for years, ever since then.
Yeah.
Every yeah,
Yeah.
and I mean, see, sometimes they might not get you right then because they give you enough time to keep digging holes and ditches for yourself, and then your ass end up falling over in them.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're really trying to make an example out of these people now because, see, and I already knew Thug them one finna get. See, this the thing about people, Demon, I'm telling the truth. People feel like because you got money, you can make something happen. But baby, let me tell you something. I don't give a damn how much money you got. You can't beat the feds.
No, ma'am.
Hold
Did you
on, I
hear what
got
Steve Mulroy said on the news? He said, "We are committed." He said, "We are committed to getting justice for Dolph." He said, because they want to send a message out here on these streets that, y'all not going to keep committing all this violence in Memphis. He's like, and, you hate to say it, but it takes these judges too to get on board and start handing out these sentences.
I'm coming right back,
Absolutely.
Demon.
Hold on, I'm pulling up. Hold on for a second.
Dolph is gunned down outside a South Memphis cookie store. Memphis police are still searching for his killer or killers. And how
Devon, can y'all see that?
I can see it. I can't hardly hear it though, but I can see it.
Late this afternoon, Memphis police released two pictures of two suspects. They believe these men are responsible for shooting and killing young Dolph, but they remain at large tonight. Reporter Jenny DePrizio has been working the story all day.
Now these would be the authentic ones because it was on the news website.
Right. Those are the two that I initially saw.
Is live outside Mosquita's Cookies, which has also become a makeshift memorial to the South Memphis.
And somewhere.
Jenny, what's the latest where you are?
Yeah, take a look here. All day long, people have been stopping by, dropping off things like balloons and candles and teddy bears, paying their respects to young Dolph. Police at this point are being very tight-lipped about this murder investigation. However, fans here say they want the killers caught. A boarded up Makita's Cookies is now the site of a memorial for young Dolph fans. Many stopped by today to see where their favorite rapper lost his life. He was shot to death here after stopping by to buy cookies.
Yeah, I just kind of pay my respects. Want to see the memorial before they take it down. It's still shocking though that it happened.
It's so hateful and evil. It don't make no sense. The devil is riding in cities. This young man got killed, lost his life for nothing. He got a family and kids too. That was so evil what just happened.
Memphis police say this is who they're looking for. According to surveillance footage, Memphis police say two suspects exited a white two-door Mercedes armed with guns. The suspects approached young Dolph while he was inside the business and shot him several times. The shooters then fled the scene. While there has been lots of speculation about who did it and why, the head of the Memphis Shelby Crime Commission said young Dolph's murder is an example of the challenges our community faces when it comes to gun crime.
We don't know if it was the result of a local dispute of some sort, or a dispute that started in another city and ended up here. But we'll as members of the community, we'll find out more about that as time goes on. What we do know is that it's
Can you turn
one
it up,
more
Jane?
example of a very unfortunate death at the hands of guns in our community.
It's really gonna take the streets of Memphis to really do the real work to find who did it. I don't think the police gonna find out, but the streets will get to talking, and somebody will tell what happened. Eventually, the whole story will come out.
That karma gonna eat them alive.
For some reason, it wouldn't go up any louder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had taken, it was up to the capacity. But if you look at those videos, you saw the young man that had the white trimmings on both of them.
Mm-hmm. No, my point in saying that a minute ago is that it goes back to my theory of how people in the beginning were doing any and everything they could to spin the narratives,
Mhm.
doctor these photos, and turn around and say that the MPD doctored the photos. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
they were pulling all the tricks and rabbits out of the hat. And I think that right now, since Quet has been arrested, that they're going to be back up to their old tricks with spinning narratives and dropping false information. Not to say that they haven't been dropping false information, but I think it's about to get worse, is all I'm saying. Is
I
that initially they tried to say that it was three shooters. My point is that the photo that you showed is the initial photo that came out, because when you look at the other one that they said didn't have the white trim on his hoodie, you could tell that that photo looked like it had been doctored because his body looked bloated. You know what I mean? It didn't
yeah.
look anything like the original photo. And it told me that it may have been tampered with. And I don't think the MPD would have tampered with it. I think that came from a blogger or whoever's good with doing photoshopping.
Boss Lady says, "Thank you, Miss T, for your commitment to the case and getting justice for Dolph this past year. Long live Dolph." Thank you, Lady Boss, for the 4.99 super sticker. That means a lot to me. Yeah, I've wanted to. I had always said when this Young Dolph's case, I was like, Young Dolph has a dream team. Okay, I, as a me, I can't solve his case. No other vlogger can solve his case. Okay, but um, but the experienced team that he has of law enforcement, of officers and agents that's working on his case can. Now, with the help of witnesses and things of that nature, uh, of course, that's how they get their cases solved. But I had always said, I was like, I want to try to keep you all on the right track. If I can't keep you right, I want to at least try to keep you in the middle, but never try to steer you wrong, or manipulate, or um just plain put out, lies, to try and make a story grand. I couldn't do that. Like, even when, the story was circulating about Young Dolph had been kidnapped, and he was kidnapped and he
Ooh,
was
girl, yeah.
just,
Mm-mm-mm.
I couldn't even wrap my mind around it. I was like, oh my God, you
Yeah, me
kidnapped.
either.
So I remember when somebody came into my chat and said Young Dolph was kidnapped that Monday. I said, "Oh yeah," I let them finish, typing in the comments. I said, well, he was all over the news around the Memphis area because I saw him that Monday because he was at the hospital at the cancer center, and they
Mhm.
changed it. They said, "Oh, well, he was kidnapped that Tuesday." And so then the narrative changed from he was kidnapped that Monday to he was kidnapped Tuesday and
Mhm.
laid at Makita's. I just, like, this has been extremely serious to me. So I mean, I don't make my money off of YouTube. So I didn't toy with stuff like that. I was not going to put that into the atmosphere. I was not going to entertain it, and I was not going to toy with it. And it's amazing how people get together, how they played with his case, and people want to get together and create these narratives to try and fool people. Because believe it or not, a lot of people don't know some of these people work for these record labels and some of these folks in the music industry that wanted Young Dolph dead. They
Mm-hmm.
take money. They already have been. They are in the music industry. They got little artists and stuff they hope can be signed and things of that nature. Or they themselves have been in the industry. They know some of these people. Okay. And so of course they would take the money, they would take money to try and try and spin a narrative, especially and they'll put anything into the atmosphere, such as something like that, as if he was kidnapped and then they took him and laid him at the cookie shop. Now I'm not a doctor or anything like that, or a mortician or nothing like that, but I would think that if he had been kidnapped and killed the day before and then laid at the cookie shop, he'd have been real stiff, wouldn't he? And,
Mm-hmm.
a body dead over 24 hours. But a lot of people was coming into my chat with that. Well, they say he was kidnapped, and I was like, oh my god, it's a lot of some of these folks on fentanyl or something.
Right.
But
Because
see,
I
they
just
right back at it. They back at it. You know what I mean? See, I think people underestimated the love that Dolph had out here. See, Dolph had his boots on the ground, and he was had relationships with people. So, like you said, Tim, it's a lot of people that's not on board with what happened to him. There's a lot of people that truly love Dolph outside of his
Right.
family and artists. There's people who lives that he touched. Can you imagine for every hungry family that got a turkey from him was able to feed their family, that was able to shake hands with him, or just have any small type of slight conversation with him, the love, the immediate gratitude and love they felt for a man giving back to his community. So these dudes, these assassins, forgot the love that Dolph had in the community.
Yeah, they did. And that's what's sad. But okay, so Demon and Miss T, we've been talking about this for how long now? About a year now. So do any one of y'all think the cookie shop involved?
well,
Every time I say somebody, I always said they won, but and I'm not saying that they do. I'm still gonna say that they don't. But it's just a lot of unanswered questions when I go back and think about that too. Because I'm just like, okay, dog got shot 22 times. Why didn't nobody else in the cookie shop get killed? I don't care if it one but two people in there. I mean, why they ain't at least not even get killed, but get hit with a bullet? Because they were shooting like crazy.
So, I'm gonna give you my answer on that, Miss D. My answer for that is that that's a situation where I really have to wait for the authorities to come out and uh, confirm or not confirm their involvement. You know what I mean? Because um, I really can't wrap my mind around other people in the shop not being hurt or hit. But at the end of the day, they did say that Dolph stepped away from the counter and he was at the window. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't know if these people had a chance to run for cover or duck or dodge, or you know what I mean? So it's hard to say, but I would
Yeah.
think that at this point that these people that were employed and working in there that day, I'm sure that they will be called in to testify as well. So I don't know if I should look at them as victims, witnesses, or accomplices. And I
You know,
won't be able to know that until the authorities come out and say so.
but Demon, I'm gonna tell you, I always said that they didn't, and I'm still gonna say they didn't, in my opinion, because them people really was slime behind Dolphin, still is, if they have.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I think at this point they leaving it in, or the authorities' hands to handle the situation. But now I go back to the $1 million question. They had a Draco. Them
Yeah.
things powerful. Them things so strong. If you don't stand right when you holding that thing, that motherfucker knock you off your feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It will. It will knock you off your feet.
Yeah,
You
you got to
know,
be experienced to know how to handle them.
you
Yeah.
gotta know how to handle them things, man. And it just always, I'm just puzzled. The more and more I keep thinking about it, I just get puzzled. I ain't saying because I always said the cookie shop wasn't involved. But my $1 million question is, them things will shoot through shit. Them some strong shit. That thing will shoot through metal and girl, them things are strong. Like them military weapons. So
And
that's some powerful weapons.
the only
I
reason why I say what I say about the cookie shop is because I kind of put myself in the shoes of any business owner. If
right.
somebody get killed in your business or on your property, are you responsible for setting it up? No, it doesn't mean that. It's just an
But
unfortunate
the other question is,
situation. So, I just have to, me personally, I just have to sit back and wait and see what the
right,
authorities
you're
say.
not gonna say because I always said they wasn't involved. Don't get me wrong. I always said these folks tripping for even believing that. But then too, it's like how they knew he was gonna be at the cookie shop. That's a
I
million
just feel
dollars.
like he was followed. That's my and I've always taken that stance. It's always been my stance that he was followed that day. Because I know that it had been said that they were supposed to get him that Monday, but he had too many people around him, right? So then
Mm-hmm.
I felt like he was gang stalk, and they laid on him and they followed him around, and you know, it was no secret that he frequents the cookie shop because she did the video saying that he comes up there. So, it was no secret that he goes by there. But my stance, Miss D, is that he was followed. Now, I could be wrong, but I felt like he was followed the whole time he had touchdown when he first touched down in Memphis.
D-Mon,
Because
that
can we say that the cookie shop would have set him up for that Monday if they tried or wanted to get him that Monday? No.
Yeah, because what I was gonna say, Miss D, is that Young Dolph was followed. They evidently he was followed that Monday because the word is that they tried to get him that Monday, but he had too many people around him. Okay, so that would mean that if they was trying to get him that Monday, but he had too many people around him, he didn't go to the cookie shop. That it's just that means that they had to have been following him. Okay. And so,
that
like I
means
said,
they was
I've heard two different stories on that situation. But the one that sounds about right to me is that he was in it. He was told. They was told for him not to walk out that cookie shop. They had to get it done for whatever reason, and also they knew he was in the area, and they was told to stay in that area, and that's what they did. And then they just happened. You have to understand, Orange Mound is right up the street. Orange
Yeah.
Mound lives in Orange Mound. Those dudes hung around in Orange Mound. Cornelius lived 4 minutes from the cookie shop. Young Dolph was in the area, and they just this particular, they said they just happened to see him pulling into the cookie shop. That sounds about right. But
Yeah, so, yeah.
yeah, but
okay. So D-Mon and Miss T, why they ain't get him at the gas station?
well,
He
Because
went.
you blow up
probably
them gas, girl. You blow up them gas pumps.
yeah,
You blow up the whole
they
damn
would have
gas
blew
station.
their own asses up.
Yeah.
They'd have
But
blew
look at how he pulled in.
they'd have blew up. They'd have blew their own asses up. They wasn't that dumb.
Yeah. They know anybody know you fire off like that at a gas station, you blow the whole damn gas station up.
I
But
mean,
see,
because you
look at
know,
how he pulled in, Miss D, and they looked like they was in a rush, like they was chasing him or following him, and look at how they pulled up. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he didn't pull all the way in. Dolph didn't even pull all the way in. It was like he half-ass pulled in and hopped out the car.
but
So that's why
D-Mon,
I say he was followed.
now let's think real logic too now, because and I ain't saying the cookie shop was involved now, because I always said that they wasn't. But then, like I say, it's just a lot of, the closer the case getting to being solved up, I'm trying to answer all the questions, So then I'm like, okay, so they must have slept, ate, and shitted on Dolph, because that means that if he was at this cookie shop, Now I'm gonna drink my liquor and I'm gonna talk to the panel and everybody in the comments tonight. If he was at that cookie shop, you know, and cause my granddaddy used to say, drink my liquor and talk to me. Now I'm gonna drink my Ciroc and I'm gonna talk to the panel in the comment. So that must have meant that they slept off, they ate off, and they shit. That
They
means
had
they
a
had
mission. They had a mission.
exactly.
Miss
They
D,
had a mission.
they had a mission, and it had to have been done in that time frame. So
Exactly.
of course they did.
But out of
Look,
all
Miss
places,
D,
why the cookie shop?
because that's where they followed him to.
That's what they following him to. If he had gotten back into that bulletproof car, they might not have gotten another opportunity to get him. He would have went back. He probably was going on back to Castelia, wherever he was going. He was going to be around a bunch of people again, and they would not have been able to get him. And they was told for him not to walk out of the cookie shop.
What you mean they was told for him not to walk out the cookie shop?
To get the job done.
Well, how they knew he was gonna be at the cookie shop?
Because they followed him. I
So
believe me personally, I believe that he was followed. I believe that he was followed simply because they was watching him that Monday. They was watching him that Monday. So I believe he was around that area. You have to understand he was hanging around the Castelia area anyways. Orange Mound Quet and them, Orange Mound is up the street. Orange Mound Quet and them, they hung around that area anyways. So they would not have been out of place hanging around waiting on him or whatever. They wouldn't have been out of place. They had a mission. They had already planned this. So they was going to hang around that area anyways because they knew he was going to be riding around those areas. It was not hard to identify him. He was in those camouflage cars. If they had not been watching him and intended to get him that Monday, I would think differently. And then too, you have to understand too, I haven't heard a credible source say that the cookie shop was involved. Okay. And
right.
I haven't heard a credible source say it. And with the way that somebody is talking, them folks telling on each other. If
they would have told on the cookie
telling
shop
on their
first.
partners, they'll tell on the cookie shop first.
Yeah, because the cookie shop would have been just as much as involved. They would have been just as messed up as Quet was. I mean, because they would have been. But you know what, too, though, when you think about it, now we do got to be smart. Them cookie shop people didn't know that man would come in there. They didn't know that. Because some people was talking about, oh, he called and ordered the cookies. I don't think he did that. I think, too, when I start running it through my paper shredder, I'm thinking too high. They didn't know he was coming. They didn't. But then too, it's so crazy. It's just a lot of unanswered questions to me though. And I always said they weren't involved, but it's just a lot of unanswered questions.
Yeah,
and I just wish they're going to lock these people up.
It's definitely a lot of unanswered questions. That's the reason why I always say when it comes to that, when people say, well, I believe that the cookie shop was involved, I go, well, as far as that is concerned, everybody has their own opinions at this point. That's what they are, opinions. I don't know, but I have not heard, the police has not implicated or said that the cookie shop was involved. I'm not going to go with rumors as it relates to that, simply because they was intending to get him that Monday. Simply because, which means he was a target. So, nobody had to set him up. They had already plot and planned that they was going to kill him. They had already said that they was going to get him, and it was to be done within that time frame. Okay, I guess before somebody got back from out of town. Hell, I don't know why it had to be done in that time frame, but that's what went on. If the cookie shop was involved, then the police would implicate them. And then when the police say that the cookie shop was involved, that's when I'm going to say that the cookie shop was involved.
I never said, y'all always know, I always said they wasn't involved. Now I always said, but it's so y'all don't believe no shots came from the inside. Y'all believe that's bull crap. You and D-Mon, y'all believe that's bull crap.
I don't know that either.
I don't know. I don't know. according to what has been reported, as far as we know, the shots came from the outside, but if I guess we have yet to know if they came from the inside.
See, here's my take on that, and I'm saying this, and I guess I'm speaking in relation to a couple of friends of mine here in my city that have businesses. You can't control anybody, any goons that walk into your business to patronize your business, right? So let's say you got a soul food restaurant and 10 goons walk into your soul food restaurant. You can't ask them to leave if they're not doing nothing wrong, right? So, uh, I mean, we can't say if they were already there on the inside or not. I mean, it's hard to say. Like I say, I personally feel like he was followed. I think when he was at that gas station, to me, it looked like he was looking over the top of his car, like he was looking around, looking at his surroundings to see if anybody was following him. So it's hard to say, if people were already planted out there or what the deal was. But I think it's going to all come out. And I will say this: if they were co-conspirators, I would think that they would have took them in before they took in Quet. And I think Straight Drop and Cornelius would have told on the Cookie people.
It would have been nothing for them to tell on the Cookie people first. They would have been telling on the people that meant less to them before they told on, because it seemed like to me Straight Drop is pained. He was trying to hurry up and get away from there because he didn't want to face Quit. And in my opinion, he wasn't gonna face him anyways because they were gonna be, but he didn't want to have to be walking and run into him. Can you imagine when they let him out for rec, and he walking through that hall, and Orange Mound Quet is moving, at the same time. There's movement from him at the same time. I know that's probably devastating to him. That it's he feared that he just happened to run into him. He don't want to have to look him in the eye. Can't nothing happen, but I mean, he don't want to have to look him in the eye for him to say whatever he gonna say to him, or say nigga you whatever. If that's the case, if he has said something, it seems that he has said something. It seems that way to me. But here's the thing, a lot of people get mad when they say, well, Straight Drop has said something, and I'm talking about a lot of street people, that he ratted on him. But if Orange Mound Quet and them didn't want for Straight Drop to say nothing, why they didn't get him a lawyer? Why did they send him up the river to rot out? He's based on 2,000 pages and counting. I don't see how he's not going to be convicted. But they could have at least given the illusion that they was trying to help him. If they didn't, but I think they just felt like he ain't gonna talk because he can't talk because of what he's involved in, and they didn't give a damn. They was balling out, and I believe he talked.
And I will say, if it's 2,000 pages and counting, if the cookie shop is involved, trust and believe it's in there and it's going to come out. So at this point, I personally am not going to speculate about it until they actually say that it's so. I know people want to implicate the cookie shop, but I think in all fairness, you really have to wait until the authorities make that announcement. Because see, we have speculated and implicated that Camp and these other players because of the past attempts on Dolph's life. So that's why we're able to speculate on them. You can't speculate on people that never made an attempt to take Dolph's life. So that's why I'm at a standstill, or kind of stuck between a rock and a hard spot with even blaming them, because they've never been implicated or named in attempting to take Dolph's life before.
Other than the internet. So, other than YouTube streets or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I feel then too, when I do try and make it make sense and run it through my paper shredder, but my paper's still shredding. But anyway, cause I feel like, pre know what's going on. They
Oh
know who
yeah.
was involved. So, and they were sliding. So if they felt like them cookie shop people had something to do with it, they would have been slid on them. And then I don't think they would have had the guts to reopen the cookie shop if they knew they had something to do with it. I never said they did, but it just get questionable sometimes. T and D Monk, it do be questionable, but I don't think, I always said that they never had nothing to do with it, because they would have been the first ones gone. But then too, why leave witnesses? Why leave the witnesses from the cookie shop?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, if you're not willing to, cause see, they outside doing their thing, so they're not willing to enter into the business and get the witnesses, then that's just that. The witnesses got uh, their life spared. I mean, if we just want to speculate, you know what I mean? So, for all that we know and for all that we see right now that the authorities have released to us, are only two people on the steel pick that are outside. So, it looks as though they never made an attempt uh, once they shot from outside to enter into the business and get the other witnesses. So, call it a sparing of life, if you will. Their life got spared. I don't know.
Yeah, God probably, like you said, it just was God was sparing a life, because that's what it come with,
Cause
God.
see, when you have your adrenaline going and you have one target, it's almost like a horse with blinders on, right, Miss D? You got your one target in view and that's all you got on your mind. You're not thinking about the other people in the shop because you're just trying to make sure that you go for that one target, because that's you got your money on your mind and your mind on your money, right? So that's all you're getting paid to take out. You're only getting paid to
Okay,
take out that one target, so you're not thinking about
okay.
the workers.
Okay, so just say for instance, boom, even if it's one person at this counter, okay, I can see out this window, but Dolph can't because his back turned against the window. Boom. So they wanted him gone so bad. That means pretty much they jumped out the car shoe. They wanted him. We're gonna say they jumped out the car shoe, and I'm the worker behind the register. And if the person with the Draco jumped out the car shooting first, them bullets and that gun is so powerful. Even if I would have ran out the door, I would at least got braids with it or something. You
But we don't
know,
know where they ran to. We don't know if they ran out the back of the store or whatever, because I'm gonna tell you something. When stuff get to flying like that, you out of there.
yeah, you out of there. And you was exactly correct. But nobody even got braids. Come on now, Demon. Nobody even got braids. Nobody, and wish the person behind the counter, because that mean them bullets, if they wanted him gone that bad, that mean them bullets went to flying as soon as they got out the car, as soon as they knew he was there and seen, because they had already seen him. They had already seen him. Even though they didn't want nobody but him. But still, though, them bullets go through some things. Them bullets, man, look, them bullets travel from that Draco. They travel. And
Yeah.
nobody got much as braids. Only person got hit with them bullets was Dolph. That's
Yeah.
why I get confused at.
But here's the
Yeah.
thing, a lot of people say that, um, they feel like he was shot from the inside, and they have their right to believe that, because everybody has a difference of opinion. But something to keep in mind is that all of the video, as it relates to that, they got. So if he was shot from the inside, they got that.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah, they
therefore,
most definitely got it.
it mean it was more than two shooters if he was shot from the inside, because all we see is the two in the steel pit. I really, I'm gonna say that they don't. I'm still gonna say that they don't until, like you said, it's just something demonic. We gotta, wait otherwise to see and hear the authorities say, because I always said they didn't.
See, at the end of the day, Miss D and Tam, nobody is off the table until the authorities say they off the table, right?
Yeah, that's
I
true too.
can't
But they
go by I can't go by narratives and innuendo. You know what I mean? Now, when
oh,
authorities close the case and say no, they were not involved, then that'll be that. If they close the case and arrest anybody connected to that cookie shop, then that's what it is, and we're gonna have to wait on that.
I mean, so at this point, even if the feds hand picked up the case, we know they don't picked it up not because it was a paid for hit. That's one thing. Anybody that got common sense know. Even if they wasn't touching the case, now we know they touching the case because it was paid for.
Yeah.
When so now they most definitely involved. Even if they weren't in the beginning, they most definitely involved now
Well, I
because
keep seeing people say, well, if Quet was conspiring way back in June, why they didn't stop it, why they didn't save Dolph. I think what the authorities or the DA is trying to say that per their investigation, they have since learned that Quet started conspiring back in June or trying to get this assassination going. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes you can learn that through your investigation. See, it takes a lot of time to go through old text messages and who knows, they could have wiretaps. They can have new witnesses coming forward with new information. They can have guys that's locked up that's just now starting to talk, that's basically solidifying the fact that no, these talks or this plan or plot started back in June. It's not to say that the authorities knew that it was being plotted back in June, because I'm sure if they knew that Dolph's life was being plotted to be taken back in June, that they would have thwarted all of that. They would have put a lid on that. You see what I'm saying? They
right.
would
But
not. Yeah. So
I think
people get it twisted. People getting it twisted to my why they didn't save his life. They didn't try to save Dolph's life. No, I don't think they knew back in June that people were plotting to take his life. I think this is stuff that's just coming out per their investigation.
it took them too long. I'm just gonna be honest, because I'm gonna call a spade for a spade. Hell, straight drop. Even though he done wrote something talking about no statements, that's to make him look like he ain't telling. But that nigga told because it took him too long to get him a lawyer. And see,
Hmm.
if them people come to you talking about a death penalty of 60 years, nobody want to do 60 years. Don't nobody want the death penalty, most definitely. And 60 years, shit, that just about like having the death penalty. Them boys started talking because I feel like Straight Drop knew more than Cornelius. Now, what do you think about that?
See, that's another thing that's speculation because see, Cornelius is a hood dude. Quet is a hood dude. Not all hood dudes are glued and splattered all over the damn internet. See, you got a lot of dudes that do so much dirt out here in the streets that they don't get on the internet simply because they got too many skeletons in their closet. You know what I'm saying? And I think Cornelius is one of them quiet assassins. He one of them quiet criminals. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He fly under the radar. So Quet a hood dude. He been over there in that area all his life. You
And
know,
Quet knew the type of dude that Cornelius was, or else he never would have
he
propositioned him.
exactly,
What made you
exactly.
think? What made? Well, okay, Miss T. If he never would have propositioned Cornelius, what made Straight Drop so good? What? Why do you think he propositioned Straight Drop? Because
Because
he was.
because he knew he had been doing that all the time.
Yeah,
He knew Straight Drop's history also.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And cornbread, figured it was going, and it probably was more money than he probably would have seen in his lifetime, whatever he was getting paid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In one lump sum, So yeah, he was on board, and I'm sure Cornelius didn't have no dog in the fight. He probably didn't even know Dolph like that. You know what I'm saying? But see, you have to question the relationship between him and Quet. And I think him and Quet are just two hood dudes that had a very good relationship when it comes to committing crimes on the street.
So, Miss T, question: do you feel like Quet and Cornelius knew each other in some type of way from the streets?
You said I was trying to read the comments. You said, "Do I think that what now?"
You think Quet and Cornelius knew each other from the streets?
Yeah, I do. Mm-hmm. Although straight dropping them was probably familiar with them because they hung out in that area. I just don't believe that you hang out in the area where somebody lives and not be familiar with them, even if you ain't friends with them.
Well, see, I've heard that Quet was straight drop manager. Do you believe that?
That's what they're saying, that Orange Mountain Quet is his manager.
I kind of sort of I do believe it because I mean they are in pictures together and that they straight dropped did that video in front of where that car was found. That same car that was in that video, him and Ernst Mount Quet got pictures together of that same car that was in front, not the white car that was involved in the murder, but that little blue car. I think it was blue. Might have been a Mount Clarence, Ferrari or something. They got, it's just crazy because
Straight Drop got two managers, Quet and another dude.
All I know is for Quet to already have a lawyer, because you got to think about Cornelius had to wait on one, and Straight Drop most definitely waited on one. I feel like for Quet to already have a lawyer, he knew they was coming to get him. He already knew what was up, so he was preparing himself.
But I think at this point, even though Massey is a high-powered attorney, I think all he can do for him really is just try to get him reduced sentencing. He's either Quet is either going to cooperate to get less time or immunity, or he gonna take his lick.
I don't think Orange Mountain Quet want to do 60 years because he'll be 100 and something. His ass definitely got a life sentence.
I think at this point, all of them finna start singing. I mean, ain't no all of them. Allegedly, in my mind, I already know Cornelius and Straight Drop talking because Straight Drop made it obvious. That's why Straight Drop wanted to be moved because he knew he was running his mouth and they were finna go lock Orange Mount Quet up, and he didn't want to be nowhere in the damn mix with them. But I feel like all of them talking.
The 43-year-old made his first court appearance. That court appearance coming on the 1-year anniversary of the death of young Dolph, shot and killed right behind me at Makita's Cookie Shop.
Now, do you understand the charges against you and the possible punishments to Govan?
Yes, sir, I do. It was the public's first look at 43-year-old Hernandez Govan since his indictment. The man prosecutors say recruited co-defendants 24-year-old Justin Johnson and 32-year-old Cornelius Smith to kill Adolph Thornton, a.k.a. Young Dolph. Govan is charged with first-degree murder, criminal attempted first-degree, and conspiracy first-degree murder. Dolph was killed November 17, 2021, but the conspiracy offense date charge was more than 5 months before, leading to speculation that the planning of the rapper's murder began in the summer.
I'm limited sort of as to what I can say, a matter of ethics. The indictment alleges that Mr. Govan participated in a conspiracy to kill Adolph Thornton, Dolph, and it alleges the dates of the conspiracy.
Govan had just posted bond for an unrelated charge close to the time of the conspiracy charge date. In court Thursday, Govan pled not guilty to all charges against him.
So I haven't seen any of the discovery. They're making that allegation, so they've got to show me why they're saying that. And I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And you shall,
Next court date will be December 16th. The other defendants in the case won't be back in court until sometime in January. Massey says it's too early to tell just now whether or not all three will be tried together. Live, Kelly Cook, Action News 5.
Oh, wow. Just based on how he's acting in the court, I mean, you would think he was a God-fearing man, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Girl, they all find Jesus when yeah, when they get through playing the devil's game. When the devil done with them, then they want to come running to God. No, no, no.
Are y'all saying
Mhm.
Art Horn was in court today also?
I don't think that was a old uh, domestic case or something, and Massey represented him.
Well, see, I mean, he might have been in there listening, if anything, but I don't believe that man was in there. I mean, because if CMG be bought down, he they lawyer. He can't represent that man and them too. And he ain't gotta listen because the media gonna tell him everything. And he a lawyer. He can get a hold of everything you need to get a hold of. I don't think he was in there.
They said I don't mean no harm, but he better hope his lawyer live to see the trial. He look way sick.
These people right, they telling the truth though, cause he look old.
Look, Massey in it for the bag. You hear me? He trying to get his bag on because see, once they hit him with the discovery, then yeah, he gonna learn today. He said he want them to tell him why. They gonna tell him why. He gonna bargain for more than he set out for. Cause 2,000
Right.
pages ain't no joke. Because we
Let's
done went
see.
from 800 pages to 2,000 and counting.
I tell you, I wonder if Orange Malquet is half Puerto Rican. He got a Hispanic name, don't
You know, I was thinking more like Cuban, maybe a Cuban background. I don't know. Who knows? His daughter sure was pretty though. Desta was a pretty girl.
he? Yeah, she was. She was pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that for this though.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it looked like Art Horn had some kind of domestic violence, you know. I said, oh, he like to put the paws on the women, huh? Hey, Brandon.
Who Art Horn? He supposed to been in there for domestic violence.
Yeah, girl. Paul Massey was representing him in his domestic violence.
oh, that was some time back.
That was some time back. That's why I said that picture from that they put out today. That's not recent. That's from a while back.
Yeah, she did say that. But I mean, reality gonna set in too on Ernst round quick because he finna be like, man, I'm too old to be involved in this mess.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody finna get told on because all of them finna talk.
Yeah, they gonna talk. But I had been looking at Cinnamon T's comments, and I totally agree with you, Cinnamon. You know, nobody is off the table. And I think we all saying the same thing, but we just saying it differently. You know, I'm saying the same thing you're saying, but I'm just saying it differently. I still say nobody is off the table until the authorities clear and close the case and say they're off the table. So, you know, at the end of the day, we just got to wait and see. And I just think that as time moves on, and I think this case is probably going to get to trial or get going after the first of the year, you know, sometime next year, hopefully by the fall of this time next year, we'll know, have some answers and some convictions. But yeah, you know, so we just got to wait and time will
Unity
tell.
pillar. Taken in a moment. Gone, but not forgotten.
So handsome.
Action News 5 is remembering Young Dolph.
Welcome back to our live coverage as we remember the life of Memphis rapper Young Dolph, who was shot and killed 1 year ago today outside of Makita's Cookies. And over the past year, there have been so many tributes that have been poured in with, you know, people wanting to show their best and their love. But now we're hearing from his life partner, Mia J. Our Bria Bolden had an opportunity to speak with her, and she shares her thoughts on what we're sure is a very difficult day.
On November 17th, 2021, Mia J's life changed forever. Her partner and the father of her children, Adolph Thornton Jr., stolen from them. She's turned that pain into a movement. Young Dolph's death and the death of her brother inspiring her clothing company, Black Men Deserve to Grow Old.
after losing him a year ago, it just really made that message ring true for so many others. And it was always true for me because I lost my brother violently in Memphis as well.
Her goal, create conversation about crime in Black communities and ways to prevent it. As Memphians remember Memphis native and hip hop star Young Dolph 1 year after his death, Mia J hopes we all remember his passion for the Bluff City and his giving spirit.
He wanted to buy turkeys. He wanted to give kids coats. He wanted to uplift mothers who are incarcerated. He did so many things and out of the kindness of his heart.
She also hopes his death encourages all of us to give back to our communities, think twice before choosing violence, and consider the impact taking a life has on a family.
Think twice about that, not just to react, not just to want to hurt somebody else because maybe you're hurting. Like, think about that twice because lives cannot be replaced. Adolph was he had a valuable life, the way that he gave to Memphis as a whole, but to his family, to his children.
Reporting in Memphis, Bria Bolden, Action News 5.
And Mia J also says that Dolph's nonprofit and record label, the Ida Mae Foundation and Paper Route Empire, will continue to give to the community. Every purchase from Black Men Deserve to Grow Old, it actually donates a quarter of the proceeds to a grassroots organization that's helping families who are impacted by gun violence. And also last year's Tennessee state lawmakers, they actually named today, November 17th, Young Dolph Day. So people are encouraged to get out to the community, give back, just as she spoke about there, and just like Young Dolph will do. Sydney, Andrew?
Well, Ariana, thank you for your coverage this morning, but we know that you have been following the case since last year.
And it's been 1 year. You've been working on all kinds of reports, Ari, leading up to this day, all the community support out there. Tell me what's going through your mind on this 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, Sydney and Andrew, I think about sitting inside a FedEx Forum, right? Where thousands of fans and Memphians, they packed into the forum, wanting to honor and remember their favorite rapper, a beloved Memphian, Young Dolph. It was very heavy in there. It was very sad. And just to think that that was 1 year ago and how since that time, people have come together to remember him in a positive way, despite his tragic death. So it has been a year, and so I'm just encouraged by all the community support that I've been seeing.
Thanks, Tanya, for the $2 super sticker. Oh, wow. Prayers to Mia J. I could tell when she was on her praying line. She does a devotional prayer on her Instagram every morning, alive. I could tell that this morning when she got on, it was hard for her. I could see it in her face. That it was extremely hard for her. So, and I'm sure it's extremely hard for his whole family. So rest in peace to Young Dolph. And like she said, think before you go taking people out.
It's so sad because I can't even imagine her pain. And then I know it get really hard because he was killed before Thanksgiving, and then boom, there go Christmas. That's I wouldn't even want to. I wouldn't even want to feel her pain.
I've seen a few fans. They have come, stopped by on their way to work, take a picture.
I don't think we saw this one.
On their way to work, take a picture of Makita's, and we know this is
Did we see this one?
Where Young Dolph was shot and killed 1 year
Just
ago today. Many fans wanting to know why. Why would somebody do this, and who would do this? And we would later find out that information shortly after his death. When Memphis police they issued warrants for two individuals. It's just Justin Johnson and Cordelia Smith for first-degree murder. Now both are still inside the Shelby County Jail, having gone through months and months of hearings and resets before seeing a trial date. A third man now indicted, accused of playing a part in Young Dolph's death. And so now we're going to send it over to our Sydney Hawkins, who is live outside of 201 Poplar with more on this most recent arrest. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning to you, Ariana. Yeah, earlier this week, I got a chance to sit down with Shelby County prosecutors, including District Attorney Steve Mulroy, and I asked him if we can expect more people to be charged in this case. He said he couldn't share that specific detail of the investigation, but he did not rule it out. And the latest person to be charged.
So the next block, because they have
Hernandez Govan. Govan is facing 3 charges, including conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and criminal attempted first-degree murder. The other men charged in this case are 24-year-old Justin Johnson and 32-year-old Cornelius Smith. Johnson and Smith are both facing 6 charges each in this case, including first-degree murder, attempted murder, theft, and more. I asked Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy where the attempted murder charge came from, and he told me that Young Dolph's brother was with him at the time of the shooting, so that's where that charge came from. The theft charge comes from the stolen car.
I don't mean no harm, but Cornelius has aged about what, 20 years?
Yeah, he have. He have. And straight drop just at a standstill. He don't look like he worried. I mean, just my opinion.
But don't they say weight make you look older? So he in there getting fat. He a fat butterball now. He eating good because I think Cornelius has pretty much accepted his fate or his role in it.
The trolls are checking in the chat. Let me see, because I haven't been looking at the chat.
Somebody in there talking about most hated blogger is the GOAT, and
where?
Brandon Silver, MHB the GOAT. I'm sorry, I just direct. Okay, Cinnamon Tea, Tanya. I mean, they good, but that Brandon Silver, why you said Brandon Silver, you know, why they be killing me with that shit. They want to come over to other people's pages talking about who the GOAT and who ain't the GOAT and who the. Why you feel like most hated, but what he done said so different from other bloggers?
Yeah, well, the thing about it is, if he the GOAT, they need to go to his page. You know, that's it. Just going over there to his page.
Exactly.
Yeah. He could be the GOAT. Just go over there to his page.
Exactly. Like, go over there. These folks.
Tam, I'm gonna hop down. I got some people coming in. I'm at work, so I'm gonna hop down and I'll be listening in. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Bye, D-Ma.
Bye, D-Ma. So, Miss D. Yeah, I had to, cause see, I had to stop it right there. People look at Cornelius. Cornelius looked like he crooked over and everything. Poor guy. But you know, they weren't think about Young Dolph, though, was they?
They won. And you know what? I be want to feel so sorry for them so bad, but they serial killers.
Yeah.
And
you just want to troll another person's page. Man, a junk.
What they say? Wait, hold on. What they say?
That dude trying to troll another person's page, man, a junkie. Oh my God.
They crazy.
So do you do you think they're gonna get the people above? Because see, people talk about you know, they want to see more arrests, and there are going to be more arrests, but I'm more concerned with them getting the people above Orange Mound quick. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you the truth, Miss T. I think now we finna see is Ernest Round Quick gonna talk. Because they want him to tell who paid, who gave. They want him to tell how the bag was dropped down. It took, and the fact that I believe, now I'm gonna be honest, I believe Straight Drop just recently started talking. I feel like Cornelius been talking. He been in survival mode. But I feel like Straight Drop just really started dropping the dime. I don't even think he wanted to tell on Ernst Mount Quick, but they ain't getting no lawyer to the last minute. And I feel like what's finna happen now they want the big fish. Them the small fishes really.
Mm-hmm.
They got the small fishes. Now they fishing for the big fishes. They gonna get them. Cause every man for himself at this point.
Yeah.
And it's so sad because they go in the courtroom and look so pitiful.
Rest in peace, Young Dolph said quit the type to tell on everybody before he go down by himself. He gave up his own family before.
Well, then if he gave up his own family, he don't care about nobody else. It's for real. Every man for himself at this point.
Tamika Head says, I think Big Juke going to take the fall. Yes.
So everybody feel like, CM them was involved with this. They feel like CMG had something to do with this. What do the chat think? Yes or no? Y'all feel like CMG them had something to do with this? Ain't nobody saying nothing.
She said, are we able to see when they delete in time? Let's see. I would have to go to another screen.
What her name? That's Teen. She said absolutely. Boss lady said CMG is responsible.
Yeah, I'm able to see. I'm able to see it. I'm able to see it. New to you. She said one of them put the money up, Miss D.
New to you said one of them put the money up, Miss D. Okay, so where is these crazy people talking about that this indictment came out, and I
Thank
don't
you,
know.
Tanya. Thank you, Tanya, for the cash out. Thank you, Miss Tanya. So yes, CMF is guilty. They tried to get him twice before. The writings are on the wall. And Cinnamon T says they provided the money. The third guy provided the plan and got the youngins.
Nika said, "Where's B.Y.? He should, girl. He have."
They said, "Where's B.Y.? He's quiet."
Yeah, she ain't telling no story though, cause he was real loud in the beginning.
They said the little big head won't put the money up. Because we do what we do know is Orange Mound Quet was living in Orange Mound still, if I'm not mistaken. So we know he ain't had the money, to put up for no hit men. So we know he ain't had the money to. We know somebody gave it to him.
I just wonder, if they got all these and all this evidence, why they just ain't when to pick these peoples up. But I can't say that either because it took them forever to pick up Young Thug. Now they can't years later. D more crazy.
New to you says, "Oh, because when I do it, you slash them afterwards." Are you talking about I block them? Y'all send Miss T some love via Cash App or Super Chat. She's keeping us informed since day one. Thank you, boss lady.
The realest on the internet, the one that ain't never changed the narrative, because everybody else been all over the place.
And I've been attacked so much for not changing the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, but that's what drawed me to you, because you never changed the narrative. These folks, the first 10 minutes, I ain't gonna even, I'm gonna put it like this: the first day they on, these people, I knew they was crazy though when they went blaming Pre and all they artists and stuff. I'm like, this don't make no sense.
Yeah, the writing has been on the wall for like from day one. The writing has been on the wall. So, like somebody was just saying, and it's not that hard to figure out who was involved or who is involved. They got some of the people, and the good thing about it is they got some of the key people.
Mm-hmm.
They are connected, to other people at the top that funded it. They have a direct connection, which is a good thing.
This just so sad. It's so sad. I feel so bad for me and Jay. And then I knew people were crazy when they were trying to say she was involved.
Thank you, Willie Briggs, for the cash app. I did too. I knew that Mia J wasn't involved. I knew that the pre-artists weren't involved. I'm gonna tell you what was happening. Some of these people that was involved was hiring. They had people working overtime, contacting vloggers, giving them the wrong information. They started making pages, putting the wrong stuff into the atmosphere. And unfortunately, people like scandals. So, a lot of people was believing it. But, the good thing about it is even with all of the fake stuff that was put out, the only thing that made me feel good was knowing that the fake stuff that was put out, a lot of the fake stuff that was put out over the internet would not affect the real investigation. Because the police, the investigators and the agents are not moved by, rumors on the internet, right? But
Right.
I'm gonna tell you what did help them over the internet. The people themselves, when they was going live, they basically implicated themselves because they wanted for people to know that they had did this. So I can't understand why folks are so mad at vloggers, because what the vloggers did was use the material that they put out in the beginning.
Exactly. And then people want to get on here and cuss the bloggers out and be mad with them because they talking about it. Well, then why y'all didn't cuss them out for implicating themselves? Like, that's the part I never understood. You had straight dropping them on Instagram going crazy, talking about they smoking on Dolph and did that in the third, and then he turned around and made a video, but ain't nobody never told this nigga how stupid he was for doing that. But then when the bloggers go to talk about it, oh, they wrong, they implicate these people, they doing this, that, and the third. Well, y'all need to check these fools, the world dumbest criminals. Because that's what's going to go down in the Genesis Book of World Record, the world dumbest criminals, because they were so dumb. My 3-year-old got more sense than they do.
Hold on, I'm trying to see if I can find that. Or Straight Drop was on live that night. He basically told it.
He did tell what happened. And CEO Bobby and JoJo Splat didn't make it no
They
better.
really told it. They put Soulja Boy and everybody in it. And I told you that was strange. Soulja Boy jumped on that live.
I'm about to eat me some crab leg. My fat ass hungry. I was hungry. Ooh, I ain't gonna never be able to get my body done. Come I be on mine already over the thing. I ain't gonna never be able to get my body done. My fat ass like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat. I like to eat chitlins and shit. Minty, I ain't fooling with you.
I wish I could find that video where they was on Instagram. Let's see. I think some of his funders worked at getting all that stuff scrubbed.
Willie Bridges said that's that damn liquor. Oh, Lord. They laughing, girl. I do like to eat. I ain't gonna lie. My 3-year-old woke up out his sleep to eat. He like to eat chitlins and shit. You know, he come in the kitchen and tell me, Mom, I want some cookies and shit. I said, what? He said, I want some cookies and shit.
Lord have mercy.
He said, Mom, what I just said? I said, son.
Miss D, what happened? What happened? She'll come back up. I'm trying to find a video that is not connected to YouTube. Miss D, what happened? Did her phone die? Oh, she dropped her plate. Oh, Lord have mercy. I was looking in another screen.
Shit. Hey, I'm about to come to New York tonight. Birthday, like y'all go drop. I'm telling you, shit finna run up. Tell you. Talking about coming to New York. They like those train boats. You see that, Joe? They like them train boats. Like, she got bought over here. Like, she got bought over here. Them hoes legit, man. Discount. That's a 5-figure discount on the rapper. Off a rapper nigga, that one, the fat one, that one. Come on, man. I ain't bought shit, I'll throw it in. Everybody put cash down the chain. Y'all just gave
That's right, D-Ma.
What's up? Don't fall out. They pushing. Tell a big double arcade 5 days. Mr. Walk him down. What Soldier Boy? Big Draco. Hey, Big Draco on there. Big Draco. Hey, tell everybody Draco. Everybody tell Soldier Boy. Fuck Soldier Boy. Everybody tell Soldier Boy. Nigga tell I said fuck him. Nice one. We gonna have a big soldier time. You a big Draco time. What you mean, nigga? Crash. Crash. It's crash, man.
They was basically telling it.
Yeah, I said big soldier time. We said fuck for tax. Fuck. Okay, soldier money done though. I told him for tag. Fuck 13. Hell no, we said tag. Soldier boy, knock him.
Hey, Facebook, my family and friends, I just want to make this video. My baby Nina's birthday is this weekend or whatever.
Hold on, y'all.
And I want you to look at this picture. See this picture right here? It seems like we're a happy couple. But what she don't know.
Okay, y'all. Now that was November the 21st, 2021. That was November 21st, 2021. They was basically trolling, showing the pre-chain. I think that was Big Moochie. They had shot Big Moochie Grape or something like that and took his chain. I think they must have got it from Bang Wayne. And because I think Bang Wayne and Moochie Grape shot each other. But they was on live November 21st, 2021. You know, kind of bragging about it. You know, what had happened. The video was longer than that. So they mad at vloggers, but they gave vloggers all the material. They gave the feds and the police all the material that they needed. They got on live. I was looking for Straight Drop did a live. And okay. Straight Drop did a live and I mean, he was talking about he was the walk me down crew. He was the walk me down gang. You know, the night that Dolph was taken out. So, you know, it was funny a few days. Like I said, that was November the 21st. So y'all see how they was laughing and giggling and kind of making fun of what had happened, showing the pre-chain and all that. So it started to get real to them a little later on when they realized them folks weren't playing with them. Yeah, they wanted clout. And the clout came with a price. Especially if you think you're going to be killing a rapper for some clout. That's sick. Is Rest in Peace Young Dolph still in here? Hey, Miss D. We was like, we don't know what happened. Somebody say you drop your plate.
Me too.
Huh?
I ain't stuck no folks. Cause Miss D fat ass finna eat some crab legs and shit.
Those
Straight
crab
out
legs,
man.
those
I
crab
ain't
legs
even finna put
already
them on
cooked.
the stove. Miss T, I ain't even finna put them on the stove. I ain't finna do none of that. Man, my 3-year-old finna eat some crab legs and shit.
Y'all eat them cold?
They ain't cold. I don't let them thaw that. I'm finna hook them up. I'm finna hook them up. I done had too much the drinking shit.
Arthur, turn your camera on in the back studio so that I can see your face. And then you can turn it off. Arthur. Okay, I see you, hon. I see you. You can turn it off if you want to. I see you. Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. That's crazy. Hey, but they saying they locked up Mike Prince.
You
They
up
saying
tripping
they
with us?
just now look. They saying they just locked up Mike Prince in the takeoff case. Everybody else sleep. Ain't nobody else dropped it. So you might want to check into it because you'll be first person to put it up there.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm telling you. So y'all are the only ones that's woke on live right now. So if it's real, you know you're gonna be first. So that's really like breaking news exclusive. You know what I'm saying? You'll beat everybody to the punt. They saying they just locked up Mike Prince for the takeoff shoot. I'm serious. And I'm from Memphis and them indictment things too. They saying Yo Gotti and Black Youngster name ain't on them. All right, bye bye, y'all.
All right, huh? I'm looking. You know I'm looking right now.
What's up? What's up?
Okay. I don't see it though. Mike Prince arrested. don't see it. What happened to Miss D?
I'm right here. Who he said they locked up? We just like the woman from 227. The woman Pearl. The woman Pearl.
I don't see it though. Maybe I should look at the Houston news.
And they locked up black youngster for what? Girl, like I'm for real. What happened?
He said I didn't hear him say they had locked up black youngster. They got him.
Girl, let me see what the chat say, cause they hear everything.
Hold on, I'm still looking for Mike Prince. Let me see. Lord, he said they got black youngster too.
I could have sworn that's what I heard that man say. These folks crazy.
I don't see it though. I don't see where they got Mike Prince. I'm looking for it. I don't see it. And he said they got black youngster. Let me see.
So D-Mon said he's sending you on a wild goose chase. He said Mike Prince. Where's the people Young Dolph said Miss D full of the drink? I ain't drinking nothing else tonight but what's in my cup, Lil. I don't buy drunk a whole bottle of Ciroc. I should be shaming myself. Oh, son, here goes some crab legs and shit.
Let's see. Black youngster look real. I don't see where a black youngster been arrested. He was arrested in 2020 on he was arrested last September. It says last September the youngster was arrested in Houston alongside his security guard Marcus Cartwright for felony possession of armor piercing. Let me see.
Okay.
Oh, hold on, let me see.
I think he might was sending this. I don't know. People on the internet so crazy. Girl, don't crowd leg be salty when you don't put them in the pot. You like them?
Yeah.
Me too.
I don't think black youngster been arrested yet.
Well, I ain't understand what he was saying. I seen something about Mike Prince, but I don't believe that channel.
Yeah, they said the channel that I saw when Mike Prince was arrested. I was scared to click the link. I didn't click it because it didn't.
He's gonna come on here like he had some real news. You're like he gonna say he capping.
It says I seen something about Mike Prince, but I don't believe the channel. Mike Prince is Jay Prince's brother. Somebody said he was actually his cousin. Sound like he a black youngster fan. He was coming up there defending their name. They be up late at night.
It's too late to be trolling.
Oh my God. I tell you, let's see. He tried to trick T into oh no, these folks is sick. Oh my God.
And then he gonna say bye. Hold on, sorry.
Oh my God, these folks sick. Oh, he sure did. He said bye just as
D-Mon said just ain't no drug. No, man, D-Mon, I need to say no to the drink.
Let's say no. He's the younger
He
brother
lying.
that was Sir Rap-A-Lot. Let's see. Then he gonna say y'all gonna be the first ones to put it out.
He did say that. Hey, Tonya G said he wants you to be the first fool. Minty, Tonya G said he wants you to be the first fool.
But I honestly don't see where they say Mike Prince has been arrested. I'm looking at the Houston news. Now, I think I did a story in a vlog on Mike Prince because people was saying now Mike Prince. I'm gonna just put in Mike Prince. But you know what? I'm thinking about it now. He might have said Black Youngster was not named in the indictment or something. He said Mike Prince mob ties. Let me see.
Them folks in the comments, boy. It be the comments for me, Miss T.
It says Mob Tie CEO Jay Prince Jr. was criticized by Takeoff fans after Takeoff's death in Houston. Yeah, the vlogs that's reporting it are not. I don't know. They're not reputable.
It's the crowd legs for me. I'm gonna lose weight, but it won't be tonight. But crowd legs ain't fattening, I don't think.
Yes, they is too.
He said, yes, they is. He said, yes, they is too. That's what the baby said about the crab legs.
He said exactly that. Oh, Lord, I'm sick of him. He need to go back to sleep.
Let me do it. Me.
Well, I don't see where he was arrested. I tell you. Willie Briggs said he need a play. I know she making me want to go buy some crab legs. I got some catfish in there, and I like the catfish good grilled. A lot of people say, well, you shouldn't buy catfish. I buy codfish. I buy whiting fillet. Whiting fillet is really good, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I love catfish. I love to grill it, and I love to fry it. And I bought a bag of catfish, y'all, and I promise you, a bag of catfish fillet cost me $32. When I got up to the register, see, they didn't put the price on it when I grabbed the box. And when the lady rang it up, it was $32. I told the waiter, hold on. I had to pause for a minute. I had to say a prayer because I was like, do I want to pay $32 for some catfish? They lost their mind charging $32 for a bag of catfish. I got it because we eat fish on Fridays. we eat fried fish and spaghetti on Fridays.
You like fish on Fridays and spaghetti. Mm-hmm. Fish and spaghetti go together. I never tried it, but a lot of people love it.
Yeah, fish and spaghetti go together. Mm-hmm. Fish and slaw. I think I want some catfish and slaw. I want catfish and slaw tomorrow. My mama gonna fry it. I like it when my mama fry it.
I know it'll be so good.
Her slaw be the bomb too.
I like it when it's tied like that and that whole piece of meat come out.
They said she got some hard knuckles. I haven't seen a crab cracker yet. Oh yeah, fish and fries good too. That
And
is
I
a big.
got
Those some big crab legs. How much you pay for those crab legs?
girl, this one bag one but $20, and the other bag I think was $20 too.
That's cheap. Don't you know how much like a bag of crab legs cost down in this area? Like $60.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was about 4 clusters in there.
It don't be but about 4 clusters in there.
I know them king crab, boy, they taxing for them.
She said she paid $82 for a half pound of crab leg. See, I like to do seafood boils too, and with crab legs. I'm gonna tell y'all what I really love, but I cannot. I just cannot get them. That's the blue crab, because y'all know the blue crab be alive. And
Look at all that meat in that crab leg.
yeah, the blue crab be alive, and it's just it's a heartbreaking thing when you have to put them in hot water and they be crying. You know they cry. They be making all those noises. They be crying trying to get out. I can't do it.
You feel sorry for them, don't you?
Yeah, I be feeling sorry for them.
Georgia. I stay in Georgia, boo. I'm a Georgia Pete. They love to eat.
That's true, because when we went down to Orange, Alabama on vacation, it's nothing but seafood restaurants, and it was so cheap. Oh my God, the food. Ooh, I miss
Somebody in Georgia?
No, Alabama, Orange, Alabama.
Oh, so their seafood pretty cheap.
It is very cheap. They got nothing but a lot of seafood restaurants. Orange, Alabama is 20 minutes from Pensacola, Florida.
Mommy. Take them pants. Take your night clothes off. I'll put you on some new clothes.
Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. I know we were supposed to be.
Oh man, my phone. Go get my other phone, baby.
If y'all haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the like button.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all haven't hit the like button, make sure y'all hit the like button. We should have over 100 likes. We ain't got over 100 likes. We should have over 100. So y'all, with these 2,000 pages and counting, these folks on their job. Did you expect for them to be on their job like they are, Miss D? Miss D. I think her thing done froze. Miss D. Yeah, I think her phone froze. It did. Trader Joe's has these Argentina shrimp that taste just like lobster. Ooh, I love lobster so much. I wanted to buy me a lobster tail. I wanted to buy a lobster tail in the store the other day. I just couldn't make up my mind to pay $21 for one lobster tail. I can't do it. I'm not gonna even get full off of one lobster tail. $21 for one lobster tail. Uh L10 says they had no choice, too much pressure. Yeah, they spending too. I think when they started getting and digging into this case, they opened up a Pandora's box. And it's even bigger than what they thought that it would be. And that's why you see, they started bringing in other agencies too. I'm talking about other federal entities that I hear that's involved. She punched the crab legs. Yeah, I love lobsters. I like fish, but I haven't liked grits since I was a little girl. My mom used to make grits all the time. She used to make grits and put cheese on top of it. It used to be, it was good, but I always like rice better than I like grits. The seafood buffet in Orlando have lobster tails and crab legs. I paid around 75 per person. Oh wow. That's high for Florida, because normally Florida seafood is cheap. They're gonna need a bus for the other arrests. I agree. KS, yeah, I agree with you. Southland Casino has all you can eat crab legs. I used to go down to the casino in Tunica and eat all on Fridays. They used to have all the seafood you can eat. I remember I was pregnant, so y'all know it was many years ago. I was pregnant with my first baby, and I was craving lobster tails. And at the casino, they only gave you one each time you came up there. And so I was eating those lobster tails so fast. I was going back up there, and the lady was like, "I know you tired of standing in this line. So because of your condition, because I was almost 9 months pregnant, she was like, I'm just gonna give you two at a time. But hell, I still wasn't getting full. Yep, horseshoe. Yep, at the horseshoe. I don't know what it was about when I was pregnant. I had a lot of luck on me. I would jackpot those machines. They say you're lucky when you're pregnant. But y'all, yeah, I think that when they open up a Pandora's box and it goes like deeper, then my prayer is that that all of the heinous, all of the people that commit these heinous crimes and like to put hits on people are off of the streets when all of this is over, and I do believe that that is going to happen. Okay, because that's what I hope. We've been on here 2.5 hours. Y'all be burning the midnight oil. Um, it's 2:30. Work at 12. Well, we've been on here 2.5 hours. What y'all think? I think we've been on here long enough. We talked about the Young Dolphs case of 2,000 pages and counting. And here's the thing: just because someone may not be mentioned in the indictments right now, it don't mean that's how it's going to end up like that. Like it's I could see if they said that we have all of the people that that have that was involved in this murder, but it's still an ongoing investigation. They understand that they don't have everybody that was involved. I got to be at work at 4 a.m. I just wanted to hear you talk your shit. Thank you, Willie Briggs, and thank you for the and thank you for the cash app. I appreciate you getting on. Willie Briggs I gotta give him a shout out, because Willie Briggs, I believe he said that Straight Drop or one of those little dudes is his cousin, and every time he come on here, he's very respectful. Miss D, I dropped it. When will the paperwork be available to the public media? I don't even know if all of it will be available. You know, you're talking about witnesses and things of that nature. I don't think the parts with the witnesses and stuff, names and stuff on it, should ever be made available. But with it being 2000 and counting, it's no telling when it will be available. Jack Bunyan used to own that horseshoe in Tunica, and they forced him out. He back in Vegas now. Oh wow. I loved horseshoe. I don't know why they forced him out, because I won a lot of money at that casino. But now it's hard for me to go to the casinos, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Like, I don't like going to the casinos with my mama because she like playing pennies. You know, I don't play no penny machines. You know, um, it's just it takes longer to lose your money. And when I go to the casino, I go straight to the dollars. If I'm gonna win, it's gonna be big. And if you know, I just rather lose all my money on the dollars and I'd be ready to go. But sometimes you could lose your money so fast it's ridiculous. What I learned is, when you stood there and put so much money in a machine, you may as well just put all your money in it, so you could at least try to get it back. Because if you walk away from it, somebody else gonna walk up to it and jackpot the machine and give you a nervous breakdown. The folks take their whole checks to the casino. I don't know how they do it. Yep, I like to play. I remember one time I was looking at this $10 machine, and I hate that I did not have it loaded. I hate it so bad. And I was like, I had just won a lot of money on another machine. And I was like, I've never played the $10 machine. So I was like, I'm gonna just put a 10. That's when you still had those coins. I was like, well, I'm just gonna put a $10 coin in here. And I did not load the machine. Don't y'all know I hit the machine with one coin and it paid me $4,000. Do y'all know how much money it would have paid me if I would have loaded that machine up and played for $30? Because it was a 3-coin machine. I said, oh Lord Jesus. And I just walked up to it. And what I learned was, I was looking at this documentary that they have. They was like, what casinos do is they don't put no clocks in their casinos, because they don't want you to keep track of time. And they get machines that are very vibrant. They said the brighter the machines are when they're jumping and making those noises, it does something to your brain. So really they really doing magic. And it do, because it's some machines, the lights and stuff be so bright on them, you just it just draw you to them. And so that's what they do. Y'all notice when you lose all your money, the waitresses don't even want to give you no more damn liquor. They walk by you like you ain't nothing. So just make sure those gambling places try cheating you out of your money. I wish I could go to the casino and win them big old jackpots, like those $7 million jackpots. Whew. I wouldn't want no news media around me. I wouldn't want half of my family to know, in which I would help them. I just wouldn't tell them where I got the money from, because Lord knows they won't let you rest. Yes, casinos are strategic. That's why you hear the sounds in your sleep. Right. Because I remember I went down there and it only happened like once. And I lost my money. And then I messed around and went to the ATM machine. And you know, every time I was going to the ATM machine back then, you had to pay $3 each and every time you pull your money out. I don't like that, having to pay to pull your own money out. And I kept going to the ATM machine and I kept going. I lost so much money. I was sick. And when I got home, it psychologically it messed me up, because I could still hear that machine ringing in my head. Ding, 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 ding. I was like, oh my God, I could not sleep. My legs was jumping. I had lost all of my money. I was just so restless, but I kept hearing those machines in my head. I was like, now I see how people get addicted. They really had the voodoo circulating in the atmosphere that night, because it almost gave me a damn nervous breakdown to lose all that money. It was one thing to lose what you had, but when you start going into the bank pulling out money, oh my God. And I just kept pulling and kept pulling because I got desperate. I was like, well, shit, dog, I done lost, oh my God, I done lost over $800. At least I just want to get some of my money back. And so I just kept pulling. I never went back for a long time because, I pulled so much money at the bank. And I'm sure somebody went back and won all my money and jackpotted the machines. So if it's not a 50-cent machine, I don't even like playing that because I don't want half or nothing. I want it all. I like playing dollars. I said, Lord, if it be your will, jackpot this machine. You know, a lot of people say, well, God ain't, that's the devil stuff. God ain't in no casino. I believe if you ask him, he said, ask and I will give. You shall receive. So I asked God to jackpot that machine, those machines for me. I don't think he heard me though. I know, never chase a loss, because you'll lose even more. Yeah, my mama be winning on them pennies. I don't know how she do it. I can't hardly. Like after the first hour, okay, I can understand that. The second hour, I'm getting restless. And she be hitting the machine so slow, playing them pennies. I said, oh my God, I'm ready to go. And she'll look back at me and turn back around and start playing her machine. And then when the machine do hit a little jackpot, you know, it's 10,000 pennies or something like that. Hell, that's pennies. 5,000 pennies ain't a damn thing. But they be happy. Oh, I hit a jackpot. I said, but it ain't nothing. You sat there and put all them 20s in that machine. You talking about a $34 jackpot? Lestine said, get some lucky hand. Oh, I kid y'all not. There used to be a psychic shop on the side of the road when you was going to Tunica. It used to be loaded. Folks was going in there getting sprayed, and you see them all at the damn casino spraying stuff all over the damn machines. I know the folks that was watching the cameras was laughing, but they be spraying the machines. They felt like, because they had stopped at the psychic shop and told her to mix me up something that'll make me win on these machines. So people been doing some strange stuff. Will you be covering the young lady? Yes, I will. I will be. All right, you guys. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna have to go and get off because I sat up here and I nodded off just then. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get off because I opened my eyes. I was like, oh my God, I'm still on. Shit. But anyways, you guys, I thank y'all for tuning in. I'll probably get back on tomorrow night. I'll be full of fish, spaghetti, and slaw because I bought that $32 bag of catfish. My mom is gonna fry that fish. She have it seasoned just right. So I'll be at my mama's house tomorrow when I'm on eating fried catfish and slaw and spaghetti. Okay. And I'm gonna get her to make a upside down cake. I'm gonna get her to make, well, I don't need no cake. Cakes, this sugar, it's not, the intake of sugar is just not good.